Welcome to Wealthy Living New Mexico. I'm your host, Marissa Morgan, joined by the team of Kiehne Wealth and Retirement, founder Shawn Kiehne and financial consultant Tyler Kiehne. When it comes to planning for retirement, saving money is a big part of that process. But today, Shawn and Tyler are going to reveal some very unique ideas that might also help you plan for the retirement of your dreams. Some of these ideas might be so new to you that you've never even heard of them before. Gentlemen, this is going to be an interesting show. You said that I should buckle up because there might be some things you're going to share that I've never heard of before. So let's go. Great to be back in the studio with you both.
Great to be here. Excited for this one.
Yes.
Well, I'm really going to let you lead this conversation, Shawn, and I'm going to sit here as if I'm a viewer and ask questions about what you're going to share, because you really want to share some unique ideas that can help people grow their wealth, grow and plan for retirement. And it's not just saving or investing. So I'll let you take it away.
Definitely. One of the best parts of my job that I have the most fun with is being creative and calling clients with new ideas, new concepts that maybe they haven't thought about or haven't been exposed to. Kind of get it from my dad. A lot of our viewers out there know us from our TV show, but they see our last name, Kiehne, and we have tons of people that say, hey, I knew your dad. And, you know, he passed away a few years ago, but he was a huge influence in my life. He was a very smart guy, went to Harvard and was a big real estate developer around New Mexico. And we called him the idea man.
I like that.
Because I used to work for him, and at our staff meetings, he would come in and, hey guys, I have this idea. And we would all just kind of roll our eyes like, oh, here's another idea. But it was a good thing of many things that he passed along to me. So one of my favorite ideas right now, and you know, we're in July 2026, and have you seen or heard all the craziness going on with precious metals the last year or two? Gold and silver, have you paid much attention to that?
No.
Or heard much about it?
No.
Silver and gold.
I love that song.
Silver and gold.
Yep. Still don't know it.
But it's a pretty hot topic of conversation, especially in our live events. People always ask us, what do you think about buying physical silver, physical gold? I think it's great. I think it's a hedge against, hey, you know, something crazy in the world happens. Maybe you have some gold coins, silver coins to kind of barter with, trade with. I mean, that's why a lot of people do it. But what's the issue with that? It's where do you store it?
Yeah.
Where do you buy it? If you ever need to sell it, where do you sell it? So a huge opportunity exists, and we've capitalized on this recently in our company for our clients. Is a lot of people don't think about this, but you don't have to just buy, if you want to capitalize on gold and silver prices rising, which I forgot to mention, in the last 18 months, the price of silver actually at one point had tripled.
Oh, wow.
It had gone from like $30 an ounce to $120. I guess that's quadrupling in about 18 months. It's come down since then, and so has gold. Gold more than doubled in the last couple of years. But a way that's really never talked about how to capitalize on that huge upside, those huge gains, is owning mining stocks. Gold and silver company mining stocks. And guess what? You don't have to store those anywhere.
Yes.
You can buy those in your investment accounts, your IRAs, your 401ks. Let me show you how to do that. But I will caution you, you got to know what you're doing. In this type of market with gold and silver mining stocks, it's all about timing.
Okay.
Don't be like the herd out there. If a lot of you watch prices of gold and silver, and there was like earlier this year in January, there was literally a mania going on about silver. People were posting about it. A lot of my friends that know that I specialize in gold and silver a lot for our clients, they were texting me, hey, should I buy silver right now when it had already gone vertical up to $120 an ounce? No, that's not when you buy. That's when you sell.
Okay.
So you gotta know what you're doing with these gold and mining stocks. And I've aligned myself with who I consider to be the best analysts in the world for knowing when to buy and sell these gold and silver mining stocks, because timing is important. And I really believe that if you've been paying attention to the price of gold and silver, it's come down since the highs in late January. Silver has come down almost 50%, so has gold. So I feel that they're on the launching pad again, and everything we're seeing, there's no guarantees. It's the stock market.
Right.
But everything we're seeing is these specific gold and silver mining stocks are on the launching pad again. I believe they are gonna take off and have huge, huge upside potential very soon, but time is of the essence. If you know, I believe really in the next month or so from the airing of this show is the time to start loading up on these type of mining stocks.
So what I'm hearing is there's really two ways to take advantage of gold and silver and the market reactions to those things. Number one is actually buying gold and silver in solid form and hanging on to it and allowing that to appreciate, and then you sell it when it's high, but also taking advantage of gold and silver or mining stock type options. So that's pretty cool because with that, like you said, you don't have to worry about storing it and it's easier potentially to sell.
Correct.
So two different ways to capitalize on that. As you're starting to plan for retirement, there's so many pieces of the retirement puzzle. And we have a simple tool to offer you today, those of you watching. It's the Retirement Readiness Quiz. How ready are you for retirement? Go to kwealthquiz.com, and this will actually give you a score. And I believe it's between 1 and 20, how ready you are for retirement. And it will show you what pieces of your retirement puzzle you might be missing. And after you get that report, you can actually bring it in and sit down with Shawn or Tyler and talk through your goals for retirement, what these results are, and then they can help you put some good ideas into place for your retirement. And maybe it's not just saving or investment accounts. Maybe it is buying gold and silver. That's just one really cool idea to help you improve your picture of wealth for the future. We're going to take a very short break. While I do that, please take that retirement readiness quiz. You'll be glad you did. It'll give you an idea of where you are now and figure out what you need to do now to get to the retirement of your dreams. After you take that quiz, there'll be a phone number on the screen as well throughout the show. When you call that number, somebody friendly from their office will answer the phone and help you set up a complimentary appointment with this team to talk through the results of your quiz and more cool ideas for building your wealth in retirement. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, more very unique and cool ideas to build your wealth. We'll be right back.
He's always there when you think the night belongs to you. Want to remove Uncle Sam from your retirement?
My first name's Tyler, my last name is Kiehne, and I'm a financial consultant here at Kiehne Wealth. I played football, so I'm a very competitive person, and I see the market in the same type of way. It always just piqued my interest as the big game, you know, and also just seeing the amount of people that my dad has helped and being able to do both helping people and also the financial space was just, it's a perfect mix for me. Because I love the finance world, I love the stock market. I think a lot of people appreciate working with the father and son because they know that this is a family business. I'm really excited for just the expansion, the new horizons that we're getting to see. I mean, we're taking this to whole new heights that it's never been to before. And with that, we get to help a lot more people and do a lot more of what we like to do.
Welcome back to Wealthy Living New Mexico. I'm your host, Marissa Morgan. I'm glad you're here today. We're breaking down some very unique ideas to help build your wealth, whether it's just to continue building the personal wealth that you've set out to do, or maybe you're getting closer to retirement and you want some interesting new ideas to put into your retirement plan. This will be an insightful show, so I'm glad you're here. If you're just joining us, we have a free tool I want you to use during today's show. It's actually a retirement readiness quiz. It's completely free. I think it takes like 2 or 3 minutes to go through right on your phone. You can go to kwealthquiz.com, or you can scan this little QR code on the screen using the camera app on your phone to take that quiz. How ready are you for retirement? This quiz will give you a score, and that'll help you get an idea. How ready are people for retirement when they come into your office for the first time? Is there kind of a variation?
Just depends. Some people are, but I'd say 80-90% of the people, all they have is a pile of statements. They don't really have a plan. That's what we typically see.
When I go through the quiz results, it's scored on 1 to 30, and 90% of the scores that we get from people, and it's pretty comprehensive. It's a very good, I guess, benchmark as to where people are. Most people are below 10, which is not good at all. If you think about that, if you were scoring on a test, that's like an F on a test or at school. So I would encourage you, try it. See where you're at least see where you're at, and go from there. Because there may be some holes in your bucket that may be leaking somewhere, but you'd want to know about them as soon as possible.
Yeah, you want to know about a leaky roof before you've got a downpour in your living room, right?
Absolutely.
Well, we were talking about the unique idea of buying gold and silver or mining gold and silver stocks as a way to add to your wealth. We talked about that before the break, and there were a few things you wanted to add, Shawn, as we wrap up that idea.
Yeah, I'm really, really passionate. I've learned a lot about this space and become very good at knowing when to buy and sell silver and gold mining stocks. And a lot of my friends that aren't even clients of mine, they know that about me, and they text me all the time. Should I buy silver? Should I buy gold right now? Stuff like that. But if gold and silver have doubled and tripled in the last 18 months, and if you're not sitting down with someone that's alerted you to that opportunity, you've missed out on huge, huge gains. For example, Marissa, and I'm not saying put all your money in gold and silver mining stocks, but for example, if 18 months ago you had a $500,000 401k, and if we had just shifted 10% of your $50,000 of your $500,000,
okay,
that could have very well turned into $150,000 in 18 months.
Got to lock in the phone number, 877-697-6236. This is so cool, and that's the number to their office, by the way.
Yeah,
this is so cool to learn.
We've made some amazing gains that, you talk about keeping up with inflation.
Yeah.
And people are always looking, how can I outperform? What's the next asset class that's really going to outperform and go up? I love this idea, especially right now. Like I said, they're on the launching pad again. If you're out there watching, gold and silver mining stocks, but you got to know which ones to buy. And we've identified the list of the ones that we believe are going to outperform. So give us a call, 1-877-697-6236. Come in and let's talk about it.
I like that you brought these new, unique, I don't even need to say new, but unique, different ideas. Maybe we can call some of them some best ideas to our finance and wealth planning, because I'm kind of old-fashioned and I don't really like taking risks. I thought I was a big deal because I opened a high yield savings account, right? When I opened it a few years ago, it was paying me almost 5%, but now that percentage has been going down. It's now 3%. It's not even keeping up with inflation. Then every year I got to pay the tax on the interest. So yeah, it makes me a tiny bit, but I know there's better ways that I could be using that money to build more money, right?
Yes.
So I'm excited we're talking about these things.
And truly, the greatness is in the details in almost anything, any realm of life, especially in football, which is my world. Greatness is in the details. How much film did you watch? How did you take care of your body? It's those little things that you don't really pay attention to that really set people apart. And that's why I think ideas like this are extremely important to be a part of your portfolio. If you just ride the regular stock market, great, you're gonna have some good returns. But the greatness is in the details, the gold, the silver, different strategies that other people aren't talking about, strategies that maybe an institution has that you might not have access to. And I wanna give you a little bit of background on my dad. He doesn't like to talk about it, but he's actually a really good singer and songwriter in English and Spanish. And so that creativity in the arts, my sister's a singer, my brother's a musician, my mom was a dancer. Like, we're very creative as a family, as a whole. And when you bring that mindset of new ideas, how can we do this better and different? That takes people's portfolios to a whole new horizon. And like this gold and silver stuff, like, sure, it sounds basic, but when you look at the numbers and the little things and when to buy, when to sell, it can make the biggest difference. It can make your portfolio great. And that creativity is something I think people lack.
Yeah.
And it's one of my favorite parts about this job as well, is when you get creative in the mundane, in the ordinary, that's where greatness is found.
Yeah, I get fired up when like Tyler can tell you, he probably gets sick of me, but I come in all the time, several times a week. Hey, I got this great idea for this client or for, this stock or this asset class like gold and silver. I love it. That's the funnest part of our job, is bringing things to people's attention and hearing them say, like we hear all the time, wow, no one's ever talked to me about this. I wish I would have known about this 2-3 years ago. It's so exciting to just be different and think outside the box and not just offer clients cookie cutter portfolios. We like to bring to the table creative ideas. So another creative idea that I want to touch about, and this is more for our higher net worth clients out there that may be watching, is we run into this scenario all the time. People have done well in their lives. They're successful. They've amassed a good amount of money, and they don't really need it. They're doing well in life. They're maybe in their early 70s, mid 70s, mid 60s. And their goal, we always ask people when you come in, what is the goal of your money? What is the purpose of this money? Because purpose should determine placement. What your goal of your money is should determine where you put it in. And so a lot of your money's got to sit somewhere, right?
Right.
Whether it's in the market, whether it's in the Folgers coffee can, like they used to do in the old days, under your mattress, in your piggy bank, in stocks, in bank CDs. So you just need to know what accounts out there benefit you the most for the specific purpose of that money. So we run across a lot of people that their goal, like I said, is I don't need this money and I just want to keep it safe, grow it, and pass it on to my family as much as possible and as tax efficiently as possible. So we have a wealth transfer strategy, several wealth transfer strategies. I'm going to just talk about one of my favorite ones, but I ran across a lady the other day that very well off and asked her those questions. What's the purpose of this money and why do you have it where you have it? She just happened to have a lot of her money in a bank CD, over $500,000 in a bank CD, earning 3% interest and getting taxed on that interest, which was causing her to be bumped up into a higher tax bracket. And I said, well, okay, let's break it down. What's the goal of this $500,000? I just want it to go to my grandkids as much as possible, and I don't want to risk it though. I want it to all go to them. So I explained to her and asked her, what if there was an account that we could, kind of like a legacy wealth transfer account, that we could just simply transfer that $500,000 that wasn't making much at the bank into a wealth transfer strategy that could earn you double and up to triple what you're earning on your money in the bank, and it's tax deferred. And I showed her the math, and if you're watching, and if this might be you out there, again, you have money that's underperforming somewhere and you want it to go to your family, call 1-877-697-6236. Come in, let me show you the numbers for you, but we can show you with these specific wealth transfer strategy type accounts, how we can leave your heirs significantly more money by how these accounts are structured. Much better way of leaving your money to your family than having it, for example, in a bank CD. So we run across people all the time with, it's a good problem to have, right?
Yeah, she did everything right. She saved the money,
exactly.
And she thought, I don't want to be risky with it. I want it to, she sounds like me, I want my money to make some money, but I don't want to risk it. So there's opportunities to grow your money better and also still minimize the risks.
And there's not only that, but like we talked about the details earlier, this is just one of those accounts that's in the details. If you don't know where to look for this, you won't find it. And I think one of the biggest pieces to this specific wealth transfer account that we're talking about is that once you put those funds in there, there's actually a death benefit bonus on all of the funds that go in there. And when we set it up for this woman that we're speaking about now, it was at 52%.
Wow.
It's gone down since then, and that's purely for a death benefit. And where else can you make that type of return on just by switching your money to that account?
So this death benefit, I want to make sure I understand, because our viewers might be saying, wait, what? Scratching their head. 52%, kind of like a bonus as a death benefit, meaning what exactly? When she passes, there's additional money in that account for her heirs?
In that particular account, and there's several different accounts, several different strategies, but in that particular account, she put in her $500,000, and I forget what the math was on it, but it was several $100,000 more that was given to her as a signing bonus for the death benefit. So if she passes away anytime after funding that account, her family was going to get 52% more
than what she put in.
So
over $200,000 more.
Exactly, and the heirs just had to take it over a 5-year payout.
Wow.
That's it.
And that compounds as well, because it's also earning interest while it's in there.
Her money never would have performed like that if she'd left it in that bank
And this
CD.
is just those details we're talking about.
Yeah.
Do you know about this account? If you don't, why not? Why hasn't anybody spoken to you about this?
Yep.
It's all in the details.
And the reaction we get from people is, once they sit down and we explain the details and answer their questions, what's the answer most people tell us?
Why wouldn't I?
Why wouldn't I? That was the reaction of this lady, and we've helped so many people across New Mexico with this one idea, this wealth transfer account idea. I promise you, give us a call. Once you understand the details, you're going to look at us and say, well, this is a no-brainer. Why wouldn't I do this? So there's a lot of pretty cool ideas out there that we find that people just don't know about.
Well, we have about 4 minutes left of the show. Does that give you enough time to share one more idea?
Sure. You want to talk to them about the long-term care annuity?
I'll keep this very straightforward. One of the biggest problems that can arise in a retirement plan when you look at it is a health situation. That's one of the biggest expenses besides taxes. And if you don't know, right now, it can cost anywhere from $8,000 to $15,000 a month just to get some privacy in one of these facilities, or to get somebody to come into your home and take care of you.
You're speaking to long-term care.
Exactly.
Right?
I'm speaking about long-term care or in-home health care, or any sort of care that falls into that.
Yes.
And so what are the options? There's a long-term care policy, which most people don't want because they're expensive. And if you pay on it for 10 years and never use it, you lose all the money that you've put into it. So it's use it or lose it. It's expensive. And almost
Hard to qualify for.
Hard to qualify for, and almost nobody has it. So what's the alternative? There's really only two options here. You can pay for it yourself, drain all of your assets, sell your house, and then Medicaid will step in, because Medicare does not pay for this type of care. Only Medicaid does. And to qualify for Medicaid, you basically have to have nothing to your name.
Yep.
And so that's option A. Option B would be what we're talking about today, and it's a long-term care account where the funds that you put in there, they're going to grow, they're going to be safe, anywhere from 0 to 10% it'll grow, which outperforms almost any safe account. It's incredible. But whenever you put those funds in there, once you qualify for the care, it will pay you up to 300% of what you had put in. For example, you have $100,000 in the bank earning 2-3%. Let's shift it from your right pocket to your left pocket, get you 0 to 10% at any given year, and once you need the care, it'll pay you $300,000 over 5 years rather than that $100,000. You know, you can stretch your dollars out far more by having it in an account like this. It's in the details. Yep. These accounts aren't advertised. They're insurance products that are offered by dually licensed agents. Not everybody can offer these. And if your investment advisor hasn't sat down and talked to you about one of the biggest concerns in your retirement, which is healthcare, why are they still your advisor?
Yeah. Why are you paying them?
Yeah, why are you paying them a fee? What are they really doing to proactively prevent a disaster and protect yourself and your family? If you have to come up with all of those funds, say $10,000 a month to pay for a long-term care facility, what is that going to do for your kids? How much of a dent is that going to leave in your legacy, what you're leaving behind? And it's all about where you have your money. What's the purpose? Where's the placement? And you can greatly improve your life and the lives of those that you care about by having a proper plan in place.
If you are wanting to grow your money to plan for a just more confident retirement, right? Not worry about running out of money. If you want to leave a legacy to your children or your grandchildren, or you just want to make sure that you have enough money to take care of your health when the time comes. There are so many unique ideas that the Kiehne Wealth and Retirement team can put into place for you. And you can have fun coming in and talking with these gentlemen about what is right for you. I can tell, and I know you can too, watching these gentlemen are so passionate about helping our community. They're creative. They want you to be excited about this next chapter, because stopping work and going into retirement isn't the end of your life. It's just the beginning of a new chapter. I want to thank you for watching Wealthy Living New Mexico. And if you haven't done it yet, the number is on the screen. Call, set up a complimentary consultation and conversation. You've got nothing to lose except time. The sooner you start planning, the sooner you're on your way to the retirement of your dreams. We'll see you next week.